I remember being taken to the station in Vienna, where there were literally hundreds of people, relatives of children who were going to go on the train, and a lot of crying going on. Not a very pleasant atmosphere, rather intimidating.
And was that the last time you saw your parents?
I was with my father. My mother had died when I was 2, so yes, my father was with me. That was the last time I saw him.
And you weren't really able to take much with you at all when you went, did you? You brought in a small case for us this morning.
I did. I was prepared to take a suitcase. I lived with my grandmother, and she, knowing that I was going to a family who were going to take me in as a stranger, she put her prized best tablecloths in my suitcase, and of course I had clothes in my suitcase, but I didn't arrive with it. During the journey, the German soldiers came on and helped themselves to the contents of the suitcases on the rack above. But they left the suitcase, and I don't know what happened to it. When I arrived, I was asked to bring this to show you. It's the only thing I have. And
that was all your... May I hold it up?
Yes.
Do you mind if I hold it?
It's pretty old, you know.
Yeah, no, I'll be very careful with that, I promise. But this was it, all your worldly belongings.
All my worldly belongings were in there.
How do you...
have a look inside, I think, as well.
It's pretty dirty. It's...
We'll be very careful with it. Thank you, Inge.
How do you now regard the operation and the people that took you in and gave you shelter?
Oh, saints. The operation itself, looking back on it, was a great credit on the British public. Their representatives in the House of Parliament passed a resolution under which 10,000 unaccompanied children were allowed to come to England so long as they had someone or some organisation to pay £50, which then was quite a lot of money, and to swear an affidavit undertaking not to let the child... Oh, there I am.
That's you. That's the oldest photograph that you have. Yeah.
That's the oldest one I have. To let the child be a burden on the state. And, you know, Great Britain was the only country that opened its doors. All the other countries had shut their doors to adults and children.
And were you able to stay in touch with the people that helped you when you first arrived?
Well, I lived with them. They had no children themselves. I lived with them throughout the war. I was educated by them. After the war, when I was told that there wasn't any relative to go back to in Austria, I became naturalised and I was adopted.
And it has to be said, respectfully, you have been a very successful lady.
Well, I've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great career. Don't be too modest with us.
I was very fortunate.
Yeah.
Yes, and I enjoyed it.